Argentina's central bank has hiked interest rates to over 42%. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because I want to have a look at this article discussing Argentina's central bank hiking their interest rate to 42%, everyone. 42%. So this was sent to me by a viewer. What do you think, guys? 42% interest rates compared to the 0.1% we have here in Australia? So, Argentina's central bank raised the benchmark interest rate 250 basis points to 42.5% on Thursday, amid stubbornly high inflation gripping the country. The second hike this year, confirming an earlier report by Reuters citing an official source. The bank lifted the rate 200 basis points to 40% in January after holding it steady for over a year despite spiraling prices that the government has struggled to get in check. Inflation is running at over 50% on an annual basis, hitting savings. 50% inflation. We're bitching and moaning here in Australia about, 3%? Depending on certain things that you're buying, it may be closer to 10%. Sure, petrol's gotten a bit more expensive. 50%! 50% loss in purchasing power. The 50% fiat tax. How many people in Argentina are using US dollars? The hike comes amid other tightening cycles around the region, including in Peru, Chile, and Brazil, and with inflation in focus in talks with the IMF to refinance over $40 billion in debt. The strategy is being adjusted in order to establish a policy interest rate path moving forward towards positive real returns on investments in local currency and to preserve monetary and foreign exchange stability, the central bank said. I mean, they're going to force people to use their currency there, or there'll be interventions. Because who'd want to get paid in it? You'd want to be paid in US dollars. You'd want US dollars. The bank added it would also create a 180-day liquidity note, Notalic, to absorb liquidity, which would have a variable rate equivalent to the effective annual yield of the 28-day liquidity. Argentina is negotiating to iron out details of an agreement with the IMF to revamp debts the grain-producing country cannot pay. Terms of the deal are expected to include plans to bring down inflation and to move towards real positive interest rates, everyone. I mean, that's crazy. Let's jump over here and have a look a little bit about Argentina, everyone. So we can see here, this is the Argentinian peso to the US dollar, and you can see, 106. And let's jump out to 25 years to see, there you go. Okay, back in 2000, it was 3.6 pesos to US dollar. And then, even as recently as 2018, it was 20. Then it went up to 40. Now 106, guys. 106. How many Argentinians have some US dollars in their bank account? We can see here their inflation rate. The annual inflation rate in Argentina moderated to 50.7% in January of 2022 from 50.9%. 50.7% annual inflation. Let's go to 25 years. There you go. I mean, these South American countries, they always have all of these monetary issues or political issues. You get socialism going through there, and it creates lots of social unrest. They don't seem to have much luck. Here's the annual inflation rate month on month. We'll have a look here. There's the 7-day rate. But what I want to look at is their Observatory of Economic Complexity entry. Now we can see their economic complexity is 59th in the world, everyone. 59th in the world compared to Australia. We're much higher. And before we go through this, I just want to do one comparison. Look at two more things before we go through the OEC. This is the peso to the Australian dollar right now. So 1 peso is 0.013 Aussie dollars. So you're not talking much, guys. You're not talking much. Let's see, what does 1 Australian dollar get? How much does an Australian dollar get us in Argentinian peso? There we go. We get 76 pesos for $1. Let's look at some property in the capital. Just this will put in, and this is all from an Australian website. It's showing you what you can get. So a house for 193 grand, a 2-bedroom house. Because, I mean, we're Australian, and this is how we judge everything, property. 200 grand Australian. I mean, there you go, looks quite nice. Not bad, a little one. You got a backyard, nice rendered walls, a little garden, probably needs a fence. You got a pool for 200 grand. A lovely outdoor area, that's beautiful. There you go. What do you reckon, guys? It's the only thing is the number of bedrooms. You'd want a few more. I said +3, but they didn't take it. Here we go. 447,000. Let's have a look here. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Very similar to what you'd see in Australia. Although with a local style. Where is it? Buenos Aires. What else? A 2-bedroom for 75,000. What else? Let's have a look here. 400 grand, 400 grand. Let's see what 380 grand can get us. 380,000. So where are we? Escobar. Okay. Not bad. I mean, modern kitchen. All the, the appliances. Everything you get here. Tile floor, I like that. You don't need to worry about the carpets. Yeah, what's bidet? We don't know. Australians notoriously don't know what these things are. If we've all seen Crocodile Dundee, there you go, guys. You wouldn't get that in an Australian one. What's that? A gas hot water system? There you go. So we're not going to get that many bargains here. Let's look at what we get for 75 grand. Is that right, or is that a rental? Look here. Why are they showing that? Oh, it needs some work. The bathroom's crap. It's an old little tiled one. That wouldn't be very comfortable. Yeah, this one needs a lot of work. But if you get the building materials, you could do it. Okay, so let's look at their economy. So their exports are 64 billion, their imports are 47 billion. Their per capita of product exported is $1,420. And imports are $1,006 or $1,060. Services exports are 14 billion, imports are 19 billion. We can see their biggest export is corn. Soybean meal, and then corn, and then delivery trucks. And the biggest destination is Brazil. Everyone, 60. Where's Australia? We even there? There we go. We're $500 million to them. Now let's compare Australia to Argentina. So for exports, they're our 44th export destination, and aluminium oxide is the top product that we export to Argentina. They're exporting more to us, 508 million, so we're buying more from them. Their top product is soybean meal. Oh, that's a shame. But look at the economic complexity differences here. We're at -19 or 0.19. They're at positive 0.19. We're 20 points lower than them. Our GDP is about 3 times theirs at 1.4 trillion, and theirs is at 448 billion. But if we have a look at here, GDP per capita, we're at 55,000. They're at 9,900. So we're beating them in GDP, but their economic complexity is higher than ours, everyone. And their inflation has gotten to a point where their central bank is putting in over 40% interest rates. How can anyone even live like that? So let's have a bit of a talk about this one, guys. So what would be the best hedge for that? Would it be gold? Perhaps. Silver? Precious metals? What about cryptocurrency? Or would it be US dollars in Argentina? Could you see a similar thing happening in Australia? I hope not. I mean, that's insane. Over 40%. And how would you be able to protect yourself there? Imagine 50% inflation a year. How would you cope, guys? This puts another spin on some of the questions I've been asking viewers if they're worried about inflation. What you'd have is you'd have family members who are working overseas earning US dollars could send it back to really to help out. You'd have to invest overseas, have a diversity of investment sources, so you could be earning US dollars. If I don't know what the... See, here's the thing with YouTube. If you're creating content, if you get in the American market, same thing with retail. Lorna Jane, they were chasing the American market there. You've got a big source of good US dollars. There's still a demand for it, guys. Have to keep an eye on it. What do you reckon? Do you think it could happen here in Australia, everyone? I hope not. I really hope not. Well, thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel, there are a few ways you can. Simply commenting and sharing the videos helps the channel grow. You can support us by joining us on YouTube or Patreon. You can also use our affiliate links with SelfWealth and Stake. If you sign up for SelfWealth, we each get 5 free share trades. Finally, you can buy our merch or use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband, everyone. And I'd like to refer you to a recent video I did about 2022 rate rise risks. Are we going to see our interest rate go up here in Australia? Remember, we were promised no rate rises till 2024, although that seems to be out the window now. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.